Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hood Table one more time. It's your girl back with another local news review. Now, you guys, some of you guys who are locally here, you probably know what's going on, but we are back again with another disturbing story of a young man being killed by the police. Now, right now, I hate to say, but our city is at a civil unrest. Now, I'm not saying that we are in protest modes or riots or anything like that, or that the police or the government is trying to preserve the peace, but we are at a state of civil unrest. So, what happened was recently a high school graduate, recently graduated, like last week, was basically shot and killed by police who was in an unmarked car and he was out of uniform. And they said he happened to be just driving around and saw some kids hanging out, sitting in a car. And what some people say is that he just started shooting at them and they ran. And one of the young men, he was shot and killed. Now, the police officer's story is not aligned with what people are saying really happened. So, what I'm going to do is show you a news story report. And then I'm also going to read you something that the family had to say. And then I'm also going to show you a video of some advocates of our community and of one of the family members who spoke out. And by the way, the family is from Somalia. It's a Somali family. And they are very, very upset because in their culture and their religion and their community, they normally bury people within 3 days from the date that they pass away. And they have been trying to get the body of a loved one, of this young 19-year-old man, but the police has refused to give them the body. So basically their rights have been denied. So let's go to this news story real quick, you guys.
Tonight, a Douglas County deputy is on leave after the sheriff says he shot a 19-year-old during an investigation. Thank you for joining us. I'm Bill Shammer.
I'm Julie Cornell. The sheriff's office says Janidi Ibrahim died at Nebraska Medicine today following that deputy-involved shooting. Investigators say the Special Operations Group was doing a gun investigation at 48th and Pratt when they approached the vehicle Ibrahim was in.
KETV News Watch 7's Madison Perales is live at the scene. Madison?
Bill, Julie, I spoke with Janidi Ibrahim's relatives about who he was as a person, and I also spoke with Douglas County Sheriff Aaron Hansen about what exactly transpired. Here's what we know. At 2:30 Thursday morning, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office came across a maroon Chevy Trailblazer near 48th and Pratt Streets.
The Special Operations Group was in that area investigating a firearms investigation.
Sheriff Aaron Hansen says several people were in and around the car. When a deputy approached the car, he says everyone ran away, but Janidi Ibrahim stayed put in the driver's seat.
The individual in the driver's seat, Janidi Ibrahim, was struck by that gunfire. Emergency medical aid was immediately rendered by the deputies to that individual.
Ibrahim later died at Nebraska Medicine. His family is grieving.
He's always helped out his mom when she goes to work.
Ibrahim and his family immigrated here from Somalia. On the journey here, his family was in a refugee camp where Janidi was born. He just graduated from Blackburn last week.
She's still trying to process what really happened. The siblings are very distraught. They don't know how to move forward from this, especially him being the first graduate of the family, just literally last week.
As for the investigation, Hansen says law enforcement are still searching for several suspects. We're told 2 guns were found inside the vehicle, and the deputy who opened fire was wearing a body camera that captured the shooting. We're told the deputy is a 12-year veteran of the department. Now, the sheriff's office has not released the name of the deputy involved, but they did say he was placed on administrative leave and will be interviewed later on. The grand jury will be ordered as well as a standard procedure. Reporting at 48th and Pratt, Madison Perales, KTV Newswatch 7.
Okay, so as you heard there, they said that it was early in the morning. A police officer or deputy was driving around in that area, and they happened to see the truck, the SUV, and some teenagers inside. Hold on, let me hit mute on that background video. And they saw some teenagers inside. One of them was a 19-year-old from Somali. and who recently graduated. They said he was in a trailblazer with other people, and it was off of 48th and Pratt, which a lot of y'all who live here, y'all know that's like one of the hoods, right? I used to live off of 48th and Boyd, so I'm very familiar with that area. And plus, I was born and raised here, so I'm very familiar with that area. But from what I hear, allegedly, from what I hear, is that the police officer or the deputy was rolling around, and that whatever transpired, he got out the car and just started shooting. And then the young man started running from the car. Now, I really haven't heard a definite story from the police officers or from the police department or from the mayor or the chief of police or anything like that. So we're still waiting on that. Also, there's political figures and advocates in our community who are basically demanding that the footage, the camera footage, the body camera footage be released to the public so that we can see exactly what happened, because they are claiming that this young man, he didn't have to die. There was no reason for the police to shoot him. And even if the other people were running, there's still no reason to shoot somebody just because they're running. Most black men these days, why do they run? Most black people these days, why do they run? Because they are terrified of the police. We're talking about recent graduates. This was the first person who graduated from his family, and they were from Somalia. They used to live in a refugee camp. That's where his family was living when he was born, and they came to America for a better life. I don't know how many stories I heard of about people coming here for a better life, and they end up going through tragedies such as this. Now, what I'm going to play next is a video of a Karen. Child, let me tell you, when I saw this video, I was like, you know what? It's always a Karen. It always is a Karen when it comes to some important stuff like this. A Karen has also always have to interfere. What I'm about to show you next is the family and advocates of our community dealing with a Karen. Y'all gotta watch this. Let me show y'all this before I get to the other footage of the community leaders and advocates, being with the family and what they're basically seeking and asking for and demanding. I want to show this video footage. It's about 1minute and 39 seconds. And basically the family was just getting together. Supporters of the family were, hanging out at their house. And what drives by? A good old Karen. Okay, so let me show y'all this video real quick.
Yeah, but we're not about to explain it right now. This is a personal matter, and so the parties is here because it's a family getting together.
For the young man.
Watch the news, man.
Well, condolences for the young 19-year-old. Probably would have been safer over in his own home country.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
You heard what she said?
Yeah, you can pull off now.
These are the things.
We just had a 15-year-old got murdered a month ago.
We just had a 19-year-old get murdered.
I know. This area is not cool.
See you later.
And there's bullets flying constantly.
The country was established. The country was established on murder and theft. This country was established on that. You know that, right?
Well, Abraham or George Washington, my ancestors.
This country was created by robbing and killing
Murderers and rapists and.
By the Freemasons. It was founded by
Yeah,
the
you can
Freemasons.
pull off because we don't got nothing else to say to you. Thanks.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too.
Yeah.
Deepest condolences.
You can't say condolences after you said what you said.
Assalamu alaikum. I mean, this is America, man. I can't make this shit up. I just can't make this shit up. This is what we're talking about. I don't smoke. You got a cigarette. I need a cigarette. Smoke. I don't drink, but this anybody drove me off the ledge today. Let me.
He said, I don't smoke, but if you got to smoke, I need to smoke. Then she said, oh, she wanted to smoke. All right. But yeah, I was watching that video. I had to watch it a few times because I'm like, what did she say? Did she say he would have been better off in his own country instead of coming here to hopefully have a better life? I mean, they were literally in a refugee camp. Some people should just not say anything. And then she said, my condolences. Like my boy Sherman, my guy Sherman, I don't want to say boy like degrading or anything like that or trying to diminish him. But that's my guy Sherman. We are good friends. Went to high school together, been knowing each other for years. But Sherman, he's an advocate for our community. Excuse me. The one who was like on the side of the camera, I think he had on like camouflage jacket on or something like that. Not the guy who was right in front of the camera. But yeah, Sherman. He was like, man, just move it right along. We don't want to hear nothing else from you. Keep it moving. But anyway. So what I'm gonna do is go to next is a video where the family were getting together, and basically, there was a lot of people who were there to support the family. I mean, when I tell you, people showed up. This is a family from Somalia who moved to Omaha, who moved to the United States. But our community, that's what we about. Our community is about supporting each other, especially when we believe that something has unfairly been done to one of our own. If we feel there's an injustice, or an injustice, I should say, then we are definitely there for each other, and we try to gather around each other and love on each other. Now, so far with the family, people have came by, restaurants have dropped off food, drinks, water, pop, juice. We even had ice cream companies, icy companies stop by and drop off things for the children. I mean, there's so much support for the children. People are donating and raising money for the family because of what happened. Because our community really feels like that what happened should not have happened. And we demand answers. We demand justice. We demand the body cam footage. And we demand that family receive the body of their loved one. Even though now it's outside of the 3 days of the Muslim or the Somalian culture, we demand that they receive that body ASAP, so they can do what they normally do with their culture. Now, I'm not Somalian, I'm African American, so I don't know what all entails when it comes to different cultures and how they lay people to rest and the ceremonies that they do and things like that. But I can imagine how heartbroken they are because of the fact that the city, the county, they will not release the body of this 19-year-old young man. So let's go to this video real quick over here. And by the way, this is a picture of the young man, recently graduated last week, born at a refugee camp. His family traveled all the way to the United States for a better life. And a week after he graduated, he was shot and killed by the Omaha police.
Hey, appreciate y'all hopping on here real quick. Just wanted to go live to show y'all, give you a brief update, but we're here with the family and of Ibrahim, Mr. Ibrahim, the 19-year-old that was shot and killed by the sheriff yesterday morning at 2:30. I don't know if you know, but in their religion, they believe in having the body and buried within 3 days of passing. And we have yet to get the body from the coroner's office. The sheriff did tell me yesterday that they were going to get the body, but they have not released the body yet. And so people are pulling up, assuming that it's the funeral right now or today. And you can see all the cars that's here. And again, it's a disrespect for the family because they want to have him buried within 3 days. And so it has not happened yet. And so we here with Kasim and Rob, a few different people. And I just wanted to bring him on so y'all can see and hear what he got to say. All right, brother.
So basically, man, you know what we here. We here to make it do what it do. Supporting the family. it's actually quite sad. And as a Muslim, it's even sadder because the family's rights are being violated. We usually bury our deceased within 72 hours. Okay, there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of foul play, a lot of horseplay, all kinds of stuff, man. And we're not putting up with it no more. It's this is crazy, you know. And so we up. The time is up, and we here to hold accountable the systemic injustice. We are also here to support our people in this traumatic circumstance. We have to do better. So I want to shout out to some of the elected officials that have stepped forward. Uh, uh, Brother Ewing, whom we've spoken to, Sister Ashley Spivey, Terrell McKinney so far. Okay, thank you for stepping up. Brother Hakeem Muhammad, all the way in Chicago, another black defense attorney. Several people have stepped up and stepped in and getting ready to help us execute, man. Because as a police officer, man, ain't nothing y'all can tell me. As a bodyguard, as a protector, I've pulled multiple guns off of people. Okay, you don't shoot. You don't. There's certain things that we just can't do. You see what I'm saying? And then so what you have is you have a bunch of negligent, scared little white boys patrolling our areas that don't belong here, are naturally afraid of us and taught the worst of us. Okay, you don't get to come down here and shoot black men because you out of fear. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's getting back to me. We're gonna uncover the lies and reveal the truth and hope that this family get his peace and his justice. We are here with the family. Right now, myself, Sherman, Tanny, Mother Wagner, several others are here. And so we want to thank the family, especially for allowing us into this very sad and tragic moment to aid and assist the way that we know how.
Yep. So Robert is here, and like I said, it is always usually the typical people, but it's important for us to show that we're united on this. Rob contacted the family; everybody was there yesterday. And Rob, how you feeling right now about the situation?
We ready to move.
We ready to move? Yeah, and we actually don't have a choice because when you talk about the different people in the community, even though, regardless of him being Somali, and guess what? We've all black. And when they pulled up on that young man and them people in that car, that's all they seen. And they executed them. I know the news is saying that when the officer jumped out, they all ran. That's not true. When the officer jumped out, he shot 3 times first, and then they ran because they were fearful of their life. This man was in an unmarked car. He didn't have on a police uniform, and he was hunting in North Omaha, 2:30 in the morning, and you seen just some boys standing outside their car and in their car just sitting there. And you circle the block in a black unmarked car with dark tinted windows and hop out with your gun and be. That's what the truth is, not what the media is telling you. Okay. And so we just wanted to make sure y'all knew the truth. We'll continue to talk about this as the day go on, the time go on. You want to say anything?
We just want to bring public outrage to the fact that we are Muslim, and being Muslim, we do have a right in a religious which is upheld by the Constitution. They are refusing to let go of the body of the deceased, which is refusing to uphold our right as Muslims. Because this mother is Somali, the language barrier that they are using that as an excuse to lie and give misinformation. So the biggest thing that we can do is to not do not believe the public outlets, the news. They are not in the best interest of us. They work with the state officials. They work with the police, the sheriff department. So the biggest thing that we can do is be advocates for our own self and make sure that we all put our feet on the ground and make sure that this family get justice, not only as a black person, but as a Muslim, because my biggest concern is the fact that this brother is not being buried in a timely manner as a Muslim. And what our duty is to to do. That's what Muslims to do. So not only do they violate us as minorities, they are violating a religion, which should be a public outrage for everyone. So
Right.
I just ask that everybody don't let this public persuasion that they're trying to do defer us from the fact that this is this is an issue, and we need to put as much pressure as we can, keep the pressure on, and make sure that we don't stop. They're going to try to scare us. They're going to try to harass us, but that we cannot be scared. We only fear God. We only fear Allah, and that's how we come in.
Right. And just so you know, they did get a search warrant, but it was after the fact. So we know their game. So after they killed the young brother, then they got the search warrant to come to the house, and they destroyed the house. They used a robot arm to come in here and break down their window, break down the door, and raid the house. Okay. They raided the house after the fact, and they didn't find nothing. There was nothing there. The young man didn't have nothing in his room. Okay. So it's all a cover up to try to make it seem like there was a reason that they came and did what they did, but it's all untrue. And here is the police now, the typical intimidation tactics, riding by the house. Okay, so please be aware of what you're hearing on the news is not true. And again, we'll go live again and talk about some more of the facts. But as of right now, there has been a lawyer retained, and we're going to continue to work with this family as advocates in this community, because again, this is our community, these is our people, and we're going to 100% support them. Okay, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate y'all, we love y'all, and just stay tuned. Okay. And like she said, she feared for her black son. I feared for my black son. We feared for our black son. This could have been any one of us. Okay, innocent boys sitting down here doing absolutely nothing. Plainclothes white officer in front of their own house. White officer in an unmarked car jumped out his car and fired 3 times at these boys for nothing. So of course they was gonna take off running.
And they have had
Helicopters and everything been over here.
Surveillance and what?
Yeah, intimidating the families, intimidating the boys' mother that was in the car with them. It's just all kind of stuff. So we just want to make sure y'all understand what we up.
All right, you guys. So there again, we have Sherman. He was there, representing the family, or advocating for the family, I should say, supporting the family, and also someone else who was supporting the family as well. In regards to the 19-year-old man who was shot and killed by a Douglas County deputy. Now, what they're saying, the police are saying that he came, to the area, approached the car, and they just got out running, and he shot. And what others are saying is basically he came to the area where the car was parked, and the guys was around the car, inside the car. It was early in the morning. They was in an unmarked car, wasn't in police uniform, and just started shooting, and people got out and ran. And the one who got killed just happened to stay in the car. Now, again, they are saying that there was weapons in the car, but they're not saying anything like the guy picked up a weapon, or the guy pointed a weapon, or the guy, brandished a weapon, or anything like that. So a lot of things are pretty unclear for our community, for the family, for the advocates of our community. A lot of things are really unclear. And that's why they are demanding not only the body to be released to this Muslim family so they can bury their child, but also they want the body cam footage to be released immediately. They have been reaching out to the mayor. They have been reaching out to the governor. They have been reaching out to the police chief. They have been reaching out to everybody, involved in this situation to get this released to the family. Now, I'm going to show you guys one more video, and this is the family also speaking out with Channel 3 KMTV News.
Early Thursday morning, 19-year-old Jannetti Ibram was shot while sitting in his car by a deputy. He later died at the hospital. The family now tells me they haven't heard from officials since being notified of his death, and they're still waiting for any details about what exactly led up to him being shot. Broken glass, a broken door, and a family searching for answers after a 19-year-old was shot and killed by a Douglas County deputy early Thursday morning.
He was a really good person, and for me to know that he is dead now, it doesn't feel real, and it just feels so fake. And it's like I would be good sometimes and then I'll be sad. And it's just like weird, like, cause like I'm used to my brother here.
Deputies say Abraham was in a car parked near the home at 48th and Pratt around 2:30 in the morning when a deputy working a firearms investigation approached. According to DCSO, others in and around the car scattered, and sometime after that, the deputy fatally shot Abraham.
Read it in the news, it's like, wow, this is really happening. And then when it happens in your town, it's like, wow, this is really happening. And then when it happens in your home, you're like, whoa, this happened. It's really real. And it's just an unfortunate situation.
After the shooting, deputies obtained a search warrant and raided the family home, looking for the people who ran from the car. I reached out to Mayor-elect John Ewing Jr. about the recent deputy-involved shooting. He says, quote, transparency is paramount. We must ensure accountability at every level. He added he's concerned about the rise in officer-involved shootings in Omaha. The family tells me they hope to get answers from DCSO and the deputy involved is held accountable.
Justice to be served is another young black unarmed killed brutally.
I spoke with the sheriff today, and he says they plan on interviewing the deputy involved in the shooting this weekend, and they also plan on releasing an update as soon as that investigation is complete. As of now, investigators are still working to determine if the deputy felt threatened before the shooting occurred. In North Omaha, I'm Melissa Wright.
You know, you guys, what is really questionable about this whole situation is how the family has yet to hear, back regarding the situation. They don't even know what made the deputy shoot, or they don't even know if something happened to make the deputy shoot after they ran. They don't even know. Like, this is because of what the deputies and what the police station is saying. On their best, saying they ran, they started shooting. Like, but did somebody try to shoot at you? Did somebody threaten you with the gun? Did somebody, like, they're not saying any of that. So that's why our community right now is at a civil unrest, because we don't know what really happened. There's rumors about what happened. There's people saying that the young man was just sitting in the car. Yeah, there might have been guns in the car, but he was just sitting in the car. Just sitting in the car. And if the deputy got out of his truck, not in a police car, not in a police uniform, what were you doing there again? What were you doing there for again? Why did you run up on these guys and start shooting? It's a lot of questions out there that are not being answered. The main thing right now, though, even though our community want answers, even though advocates and the family want answers, we want the body released. We are demanding that the body be released to this Muslim Somalia family. They are already outside the window of when they normally would bury their loved ones. That is highly disrespectful. We're talking about a culture that there are certain families, certain cultures, certain religions that have different things that they do for their loved ones when they die. And sometimes that includes burying them within a certain amount of days. And right now, that is not being honored. And they basically feel like their rights are being violated. So we definitely, want this family to be at least giving the peace of being able to bury their loved one. Even if the police investigation is still going on, even if we haven't had any concrete answers of what really happened, they at least want their family member to be released so they can lay them to rest and honor them and send them off peacefully in the manner that they traditionally do with their religion or with their culture. Everybody, please keep this family in mind, especially if you are from our community. The name of the 19-year-old who just recently graduated last week, his name is Janidi Ibrahim, 19 years old. Again, recently graduated. I want to read what the family had to say about their loved one. Okay, what the family had posted was, just last week, Wednesday, My cousin graduated. He walked the stage with pride, full of dreams and plans for the future. Today, only a week and a day later, he's gone, killed by the very system that's supposed to protect. He wasn't fleeing. He wasn't armed. He wasn't a threat. My auntie had no idea what was happening. She was home, asleep, exhausted after working a night shift, the same shift she had worked side by side with her son that night. Before heading to bed, she asked him to take out the trash. He took both bags out, and that ended up being the last thing she ever asked of him. While she slept, her child, her baby, was killed, carried to the hospital, and pronounced dead. Why didn't they wake her up when it was happening? Why was she not given the chance to be there for her son? Why was a mother robbed of her final moments with her child? Police burst into the house. They shattered glass, broken blinds, broken door, hole in the closet. They handcuffed the 50-year-old brother for absolutely no reason. They made it look like a raid, but nothing. No weapons were found. They tried to create a narrative. They're trying to criminalize him. He sat, he stayed, and he was still the one who got shot. This is not a mistake. This is not a pattern. A repeated cycle of violence and dehumanization by the Omaha Police Department, Douglas County Sheriff's Office in Nebraska, so-called Special Operations Task Force. We're tired, we're grieving, and we're angry. As his family, as Somalis, as Muslims, as Africans, as Black people, we are demanding answers. We want the body cam footage released immediately. We want transparency. We want accountability. The mother was robbed of her child. Our family was shattered in silence, and we will not let this go unheard. Hashtag justice. That is what the family put out the other day. And on that note, you guys, please again keep this family in your thoughts and prayers, especially if you're a part of this community. What has happened, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't sound right. Out of all the people who were shot and killed, he was the one who did not run. Stayed in the car, sat there. He was shot to death by the police. No answers provided by the police. And we know all too well how they always say, oh, it was justified. We shall see, you guys. But until then, please like and share the video. I'll keep you guys posted on this story. That's still an ongoing story from our community. Please like and share the video. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new here. And also feel free to donate to the Cash App, $ the Hood Table 402, or hit up the Super Chat. And for the replay play game, make sure you please like and share the video. Thank you so very much. You guys, I say this for a reason. Every time I end the show, I say this for a reason. Stay safe. Be blessed. Remain vigilant at all times. And always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.